As the title says, NMC is proactively discouraging students to become nurses through, well, NMC. And this bothered me back in, I think it was about 2014 when I initially was looking into this. I figured, hey, whatever, let's see what the qualifications are and such. And so what I got was a whole lot of discouragement and a whole lot of blockades and hurdles to jump over that are completely unnecessary. Whereas any other place, you just get your prereqs, you pay, and you're in, kind of thing. But NMC does this type of shit. They call it the competitive admission rubric. So say you're right out of high school, right? And you live in Grand Traverse, and you're, 4.0 student. You would get 7 points. Because everything else requires all this other shit. Now, if you haven't caught on, from whether you paused it or whatever, or you didn't really, look at it for that long, the purpose in showing this is, you would think with how important nursing is and how in already high demand it already was, that nursing would be one of the things that are more encouraged to go into, that are more like, hey, you should be a nurse, or hey, you should be in healthcare, or something of that manner. Much less now that coronavirus, COVID, is now a thing, and it's even needing people to be nurses more than ever before. But yet they still, at NMC, have this stupid-ass competitive admissions rubric. If it wasn't already long enough to get your prerequisites done, but then you gotta actually outpoint other people in the process just to be in a selection of people. It doesn't even guarantee that you will even get selected into the classroom program, whatever. It only gets you in there. And of course, the highest points go first type mentality. So even if you get all this shit done, and say relatively well too, it doesn't guarantee anything. It could take many years before they get to you on the points list per se. And that's pretty shitty. Not only that, but all this shit here is just egregious, unnecessary. And I did some calculations with a buddy, because I have a couple people that go to college, and they have your everyday kind of life, They have children, wives, they go to work every day, they're trying to work their way through college while doing all of that, right? And so obviously they can't be, living on mommy and daddy money, being able to just 100% focus all day, every day on college shit, right? So for an everyday person who doesn't, live an overprivileged life where, you can just focus all the time on college, in the time through NMC that it would take with getting all this other bullshit done, plus your prereqs, and then the 4 years, which it isn't 4 years unless you can literally 100% focus on that, the 4 years for the actual RN degree will usually take people way more than 4 years, because they're working and they have lives and families and so on and so forth. So even with, minimal of 4 years, which it won't be, by the time you actually get done with all the NMC bullshit plus your actual 4-year degree, which isn't going to be 4 years, but wishful thinking, it will actually take you as long as it would to become a medical doctor in other fucking colleges. Yeah, 8 to 10 years. That is so fucked up. Holy shit. Wow. Things gotta change up here. Especially with how there's this high demand and need of medical personnel. And they're gonna put you through all these fucking loopholes and all these fucking blockades and pushing you back, discouraging you through this goddamn point system. What a fucking joke. NMC is so fucking stupid. Oh, no, but our classrooms are so small. Well, you can always do online too. Like, they'll come up with any bullshit excuse to try to save face, but they should know deep down they are fucking their community. They are screwing over Traverse City out of potential hundreds and hundreds of medical students, potential registered nurses, CNAs, so on and so forth, because of this. Either they get discouraged or they figure out the math and realize they're going to be spending more time and money on NMC because of all our NMC bullshit, and they're probably going to go somewhere else like Ferris State, Baker College, anywhere but NMC, because NMC is money hungry as fuck and wasting your time and discouraging you. What the actual fuck? It's like everything Traverse City related wants to screw over Traverse City people and the community here proactively. Whether it's, saying, fuck the poor people, let's build $750,000 condos, or hey, let's make our medical process such a pain in the ass, nobody wants to do it. Or, let's fuck over everybody that we possibly can when it comes to the actual everyday worker. And then we complain that there's no fucking workers. Like, what the actual fuck is wrong with Traverse City? It's the most retarded city in this entire universe. They're so counterproductive, I can't believe that they're still functioning. Like, they're doing everything wrong. Fucking the city of Traverse City is a failure. The DDA is a failure. Traverse City, everything is a failure. Fuck up. Screw up. Counter of what they're supposed to be doing. Reversal of what they're supposed to be doing. How the hell is Traverse City still operating? Hell if I would know. But yet just another fucking stupid ass thing about stupid ass Traverse fucking City. NMC needs to get their shit together. Quit screwing over your community and potential of many medical persons into, whether it be Munson or just in the community in general. I just can't believe that. That just blew my fucking mind. Why would NMC... Why? Greed and corruption in Traverse City. They go hand in hand. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. Until next time.